What's up, reptile fans? It's Muscle Serpents Daily time here, and we're back in the snake room Thursday morning, and today's a special day, and I got a little snake here to help celebrate with that. This is my Mardi Gras 100% het albino that I produced a couple years ago, and then last year, or this I should say this breeding season 2019, and in my collection produced the first albino Mardi Gras. And that was really cool. I had been trying to do that for a couple of years, and I got it, and this is the boy that did it. So in celebration of the males, which we always forget to talk about, right? We're always showing off our females. Today's gonna be all about the ball python males and my, I guess best of 2018 that hopefully will be entering the rotation this year and producing some brand new crazy looking morphs in my collection and raising the bar once again. So let's go inside and check out all the great males. So we lead off our powerhouse male video today with this amazing GHI Mojave clown male that looks to be up to size, and I think he's going to be able to breed this year for me. We'll be putting him into the rotation. I haven't decided exactly who he's going to go to, but I love GHI Mojave everything, and GHI Mojave clown is awesome. So we'll see him matched up with a few clown females this year and see if we can reproduce this. Look at that crazy looking pattern. Look how it's all faded, like along the belly, and then along as you get to the dorsal surface, you have like kind of like a strip of darkness here, and then and if you look, it's a purplish color in there. See those purples? Now that I have her out in the sunlight, because it's hard for people to see that. And you can see this really line of delineation between the upper portion and the lower portion of the body. And the lower portion is completely erased with a nice white belly there. What a weird thing that GHI Mojave did here, in this clown. Sticking with our clown theme, let's take a look at this clown male that's also a micro scale. The micro scale is the very small, rough, beady feeling scales. It also has no missing scales on its head. It will make, in the homozygous form, when you have two copies of the micro scale, you'll get a scaleless animal. Kevin McCurley over at Nerd kind of perfected this gene, brought to marketplace. Is it compatible with the scaleless heads that we're seeing also, that I have in my collection as well? I believe it is. I think that it's all the same gene, but although the microscale het version definitely looks different. Okay, this is a pretty amazing looking clown, just for having only clown in it. And if you get really close and you see those little mini scales, that's why it's called the microscale. You can understand why they named it that. Plus you see the missing scales on the head. Now I bred him last year to two clown girls and I got nothing. So I don't know if he just wasn't old enough or what's going on, but hopefully this year we'll get some babies and we can reproduce this thing. And maybe even produce a scaleless animal that's het for clown. We'll see. Really amazing looking snake though. Powerhouse male for sure. I produced this powerhouse boy last year. Hopefully he'll be going into the breeding rotation this year. He is a orange dream, banana enchi, leopard, possible yellow belly, pied, that's also 50% het hypo. How's that for a powerhouse? A lot of genes in this boy. Real lot of genes. I have a male that's almost exactly like him, only minus the leopard. So I got the leopard in there, and I really think that that's going to add another dimension to this guy, and it'll take the burden off his daddy from breeding a lot of females, because his daddy's exquisite. His daddy actually proved out to be het hypo as well, so hopefully he will as well. But I love the fact that I got that leopard in there with the enchi, banana, orange dream, and once again, probably yellow belly as well. So we'll see him in the rotation this year. And I have siblings of his if people are interested in getting something along the same gene lines, and they're probably ready to breed this year, so contact me. Here's probably one of my favorite 2018 18s that was produced last year. This is my Banana Pastel Hurricane. Of course, the Hurricane gene are these little swirls here, the Hurricane swirls, or as I like to call them, the bodybuilder front double bicep poses. And this is also 100% het clown. So this boy is going to be going to some clown stuff, and we'll produce some Hurricane banana clowns, hopefully, if it's in the cards. I just love this coloration, man. Wow. I mean, for just a, you know, this is just a banana and it's pastel. I mean, but it looks way different, and you could just tell that the Hurricane gene, while it also is it's a much, you know, more of a pattern disruptor, it also definitely changes color as well. And you know, and we all know that het clowns definitely have some interesting expression also of their own. It's not quite normal. So it's hard to, you know, usually adult bananas don't look good. This guy's got purples going on. He's got highlighting going on. He's got obviously the pattern disruption. Look at the orange outlines right here along all those patterns. I mean, he looks like he's got other genes in him. He really does. I mean, and as far as I know, he's Hurricane Pastel Banana, so het clown. So we'll see what we can produce with this guy. It's pretty amazing. This boy turned out to be a superstar this past year. This is a ivory or a super yellow belly, which proved out to be Orange Dream as well, which was awesome because we created some amazing world's first banana Orange Dream Mardi Gras. Look at that. He's also banana. You can see that red pupil if you look good enough. He's also 100% het pied and 50% het albino. So a lot of power in this little boy. Super powerhouse. He'll be going back to the same female this year. See if we can produce some more of those banana Orange Dream Mardi Gras, which are just breathtaking. This male is going to be super exciting because I'm not even sure what's actually in there. Obviously, I'm pretty sure there's spider, pinstripe. Oh, he's not cooperating here. Spider, pinstripe, and pastel. I also think there's mandarin. I'm almost 100% positive there's mandarin. He's very, very, very orange. There's no Orange Dream in here. So this would be a spinner or spider, pinstripe, pastel, mandarin. Now they could also be fire in here. I'm not sure. And the mama was a super pastel, so there's definitely pastel in there. And it definitely looks like spider pinstripe to me. And that orange is definitely got to be mandarin. So we're going to definitely breed this boy and see what he can produce this coming season, and to try to push forward that mandarin. Look at that belly. Look how clear that belly is. Wow. He's got a lot of potential, this boy, and he's put on some nice size over this year. And here what might be one of the best males of the year to enter the rotation. This is a super enchi, high intensity Orange Dream, which almost makes it like a super Orange Dream, Mardi Gras, which is an enchi asphalt yellow belly, so, or an enchi freeway. I know that sounds complicated, but it's really not. So this is a Mardi Gras, which is an enchi freeway, and it has the high intensity Orange Dream on it, and it's also, instead of having one copy of the enchi, it has two. You can see that little isolated head stamp right there. That pretty much gives away the super enchi. Plus, I mean, just look at how diffuse the pattern is here and clean. So this boy is going to go back probably to the high intensity Orange Dream mama. That's also enchi yellow belly. And hopefully we're going to produce some super high intensity, super Orange Dream, super enchi Mardi Gras. Let's see what we can do next year. It's all up to you, buddy. It's all in your court. So that was it. That was the super males for 2019-2020 breeding season. They will be going into the rotation. That was the excitement that I produced over the last year and a half, and hopefully we can see what they produce, right? I mean, you have to always be producing new stuff, putting them into the rotation so that you can make even better stuff than you had before. And this was just a couple, you know, I have other stuff that's maybe not as spectacular, maybe a little more spectacular that I didn't show you today, but we'll save that for another time. But these guys might be the all-star team of the 2019-20 breeding season, and it's exciting to see what new stuff they may produce. Obviously, the females have been slamming food these past couple weeks in preparation for the breeding season, and it's always fun as a breeder to see your snakes really feeding heavily, because it makes you feel like, all right, yes, we're going to get something this year. Your pocketbook might not feel so good, because I know my rodent bill has been ridiculous these last couple weeks, but eventually these snakes will slow down a little bit. Another couple weeks, and I'm not even going to be feeding the boas anymore, and they'll be going on a 2-month hiatus from food, so we can get them ready for their breeding season. Whereas the ball pythons, I'll feed them right until they just don't want food anymore, and that's usually right around the time, or a week or 2 or 3 maybe, before they're going to lay some eggs. So, you know, but up until that point, I'll slam the ball pythons, because they don't eat all year round. They kind of are seasonal eaters anyway. So let's get them eating right now, get them up to weight, because if they're nice and juicy, fat enough, then they're going to want to lay some eggs, because they're going to have all that extra energy in them. And that's the key. Get the female ball pythons up to size. I'm feeding the males too now, consistently every week. The reason being is once they go into that breeding season, into the rotation, a lot of times they stop eating. And if you want to breed a male to multiple females, that thing better be in good shape. If it's a skinny Malini, or you start putting it to 5 females, you're going to wind up with a dead snake at the end of the season. So you want to put some nice size on your males so that they have a little beef on them, and that they can make it through the season with all the breeding they're going to do, because that's a lot of exercise. Think about it. Imagine if you were in there with, 5, 6, some people put 10, 20 girls in there, and that's a lot of females for a male to breed, and it takes a lot of energy, and sometimes they're breeding for, a day or 2 straight. So we want to make sure our males are well fed, and once again, I don't really feed them a lot in the off season. I feed them small meals. I feed them frequent small meals, but once they get to this breeding season, I tend to give them a little bit more, just so that they're ready to go. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's ball python male video, and if you have any suggestions, put them in the comments. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications, hit that like button. We'll see you back tomorrow morning.